So for today's session, again, like we mentioned in our message, it's not just for developers, but as well as non-developers, because as soon as you hear the word code or the tool Claude Code, everybody assumes it's for developers. But we have seen enough examples in our office itself where business people, marketing people are using Claude Code in like insane ways where you wouldn't have thought of it that way. So just to show how powerful it is, today we have our developer Abhishek here. So I'm handing it over to Abhishek, and I hope everybody learns new things. And I really, really hope you guys are experimenting with this as well. So yeah, let's go ahead.
Yeah, so am I audible? Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. Just a second. Let me share my screen. Hope my screen is visible.
Yes, yes, it is.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure everyone must be knowing about Cloud Code already, and they might be using it heavily. So we recently got a new update with Cloud Code that they released a sub agent, and there's too much buzz going around on that. So yeah, so I dig up on that sub agent thing, and basically just wanted to share with everyone that how fundamentally sub agents like work, and mainly I saw people doing it like not doing it right, and they just confusing sub agents with agents and all these terms. So yeah, basically we are today decoding what sub agents are and how to use them effectively for any of your workload, be it developer or be it tech or non-tech. So yeah, as of as of today, I'm pretty sure the people must assume sub agents are like generic agents what for a particular task, as as Anthropic also mentions in their blog. But it's somewhat more than that. It's not so. What main difference sub agents versus agents is, these are not like agents that autonomously execute and task end to end. These are more of the system prompt that you can give to your Claude Code, an instance of Claude Code that spawns further after your initial prompt, and then it basically acts like that. It's the same like we used to have in ChatGPT, that act as a 10-year experienced developer and then solve this problem. So it's more of like that, but well advanced, that you can also set what particular response format. You can also provide them tools that you can use these tools to execute this particular task, uh, and the other stuff that has already been mentioned in the Anthropic docs. I won't be covering that. So the main difference that like people generally assume that how the sub agent works is, basically user can use these sub agents as an like individual entity. Like you can spawn up your own, you can ask the code reviewer directly to review whatever code you are, and then it will reply back to you and something like that. And you can spawn up multiple agents simultaneously, and you can do all the magical stuff at once. So it's not the case basically. Uh, this is the workflow that you can see in front of my screen is not the like is not something that generally happens. And even this is the case that uh, people assume that you can just ask Claude Code that basically do my stuff, and it will basically what you expect that it will you just ask Claude to build an software or let's say an application, and you just assume that since I added these many sub agents of different types, that is Android coder, front end coder, back end coder, everyone will spawn up on itself and work simultaneously and just do my work, and I'll get the entire application. Well, sure. It's nothing, just an like flow. So what basically people assume is so this, and you expect that the whole application would be there, and but voila, you don't get it. So the fundamental difference here is sub agents are rather the tools that Cloud Code can use, and not the sub agents that spawn up by own and work simultaneously. Rather, the real flow would be that the user prompts the Cloud Code, that we want to build this, and it will basically simultaneously spawn up these sub agents. Like it will ask the Android coder to code first, and then again ask code reviewer to review it, and then again spawn a front end coder. So one by one, it's not a single, it's basically it's a sequential flow that follows. And So this is the one fundamental difference, that you do not directly talk to your sub agents. You rather talk to the main agent, that is the Claude Code, and then Claude Code basically takes helps from these sub agents to execute its own task. It can then there's then we come to the next part, how Claude Code basically decides to use a particular sub agent. So the main format of a sub agent is its name, its description, and the tools that it has access to. So whenever you query something, like whenever you give Claude Code and query that, let's take a non-tech example, that is review my call transcripts. So it will the user query you gave will be matched against the descriptions of the available tools that you have, and then all based on that, the best tool available for that, for executing that particular query, would be executed. And whatever the tool replies to Claude Code, then Claude Code further basically decodes that information and replies back to you. So that's how the flow is. And here I just now covered a very important point, that the name, description, and the tools that you give to the sub agent are the most important part. And like, if you mess up here, any type of sub agent, like it won't matter how strong sub agent you created, like it's something not good. So we have we have many sub agent directories that have already been on the internet. We have this subagent.cc. We have uh, yeah, so we have a question, we will cover these questions later. But yeah, that's a really good question, that what is the difference between code commands and Claude Code Sub-Agents. So yeah, we will be covering that. So you can see these subagents.cc have some really good sub-agents that you can directly copy and use. And we also have some good that is GitHub repository. You can easily Google that sub-agents GitHub, and you will get like many different types of GitHub repos that have these generic agents. So like one would be saying, I can like really use these generic sub-agents for my workflow. They work. I'm not saying they do not work, but what makes it different, like a master user, what makes you a master user is basically you build your own sub agents for your own workflow, rather than following any like all the generic agents. So for from the developer side, every team has its own set of checklists that they need to make sure before pushing out the code. So those generic agents generally have few of those checklists, or like might not be completely enough. So I'm on the demo side. Let's not talk, and let's just show you. uh, I have this. So in FlytBase, we generally have like a thing that is KMZ file. It is a particular type of KML format that we need to map like to different fields. We have two different types of data set, and we generally need to map them. And before Claude Code, we generally used to struggle a lot. We had to maintain different types of mapping, like Google Sheet or something like that. Any documents that we used to refer, okay, this field maps to this, and this field, yet we messed up sometimes. And so we really needed this kind of an reviewer that could review basically whatever we changed in this like critical file. And we really wanted reviewer agent to do that for us. So what I just basically created this KMZ reviewer tool. uh, so yeah, in this you can see a description, use this agent proactively. So this proactively word is basically I used it from the Anthropic docs. You already have and that's available on the internet. You can see the word, like the words that you use in the description really matter. If you uh, whatever the description is, as I already said, it maps a user query to the description. So using words like proactively, using words like must be used, basically it prioritizes the tools usage. So like since I use proactively and all, so and I defined when to use this. So any changes regarding KMG, waypoint actions, all this stuff, it will spawn up this agent. So I have already like used this agent on the right side of the screen, as you can see. Let me just zoom in. So I made some changes in the working directory, and I just gave one query, review my changes. So it didn't directly spawn up the KMZ reviewer. It first checked like what are the type of changes. There are these regular changes, are these like what type of changes they are. And once it identified that I or the Claude Code changed something in the mission parser service or something like that, it immediately knew what agent to spawn up. And it asked KMZ reviewer that we have some changes regarding these files and just tell me if they are right or wrong and what can be done. And to my surprise, it really gave me the like the review summary that I really needed, or I almost missed. Like it was something. And yeah, here after using like after this KMG reviewer task was done, I got the exact fix that I needed. And it was really good to go because so how these sub agents do so is because they have their own kind of context window. They do not use the old context window or whatever you have messed up in the like conversation. It just spawns up a fresh context window and it just takes an input. It processes it with whatever tool description you gave. So let me just go through the tool purpose that I gave him. You are a specialized KMZ import reviewer at for FlytBase missions. You gave your own context. So that's what basically the mode of creating your custom agents is, that you can tell him your own custom workflows or own custom checklist and all. So I just gave him the instruction, the steps, and the things to review, and then finally it also have the report and response format. So what response, like how it should be responding, it should be responding some critical issues, detailed analysis, files reviewed. So it gave me in the same, like it basically it reviewed all the files, it gave me the critical issues and something like that. So that was kind of an like technical thing, and you can generate more such agents like in this same flow, that you can have your own front end agents that can review a particular set of checklists, that have the translation file being done, have the isn't there any hard coding and all. Although the generic ones are still available, I really won't recommend you to create every sub agent for by yourself, but rather some, if you have some custom like workflow or custom checklist, you should be definitely creating your own rather than using the generic ones. I used before this, I used a generic code reviewer, and really I couldn't catch these whatever fix, because definitely it won't ever know what KMZ is. So yeah, that's what something was important here. And let's move to the what we have, a non-tech demo also. So I talked to one of my business teammate, and then basically had a conversation like what generally, what type of sub agent would you like to create with Claude Code. So he said me that we have some call transcripts that we go on customer, and they are with time, like a lot of them, like 10 calls. And then whenever we go on the 11th call, I need to like prep for the call. I need to prep that whatever was discussed in the past and all. So we do have different solutions for this. But how like I'll go ahead with how this Cloud Code basically did that. So all I needed was like an input, that is the call transcripts, and we had him Cloud Code to analyze all these things, that all the call transcripts, and then maybe reply us with whatever things we need. So we had the report response, that is whatever the customer name is, whatever the follow-up questions we need to ask to the customer, or the customer asked us back then, and we need to answer this on this call, and all those, like a proper summary that I need to be prepared for before I move on to the next call. So the business team wanted this kind of sub agent. So I then again I kind of created this sub agent and all. Uh, and it worked really well. Let me just show you where it is. Yeah. So in this, this screen is basically where I created this sub agent. I'll move ahead with one like bonus thing, that is the sub agent god that I created. So basically, it is a sub agent that creates further sub agents for you as you ask, and like how all the tactics that we need to have for a sub-agent to work perfectly have been fed into that sub-agent code, and we can share the sub-agent code to like everyone on the AI at FlytBase website also. And you can just use that sub-agent code to create your own sub-agents. So I created the sub-agent code, and then I gave him the prompt that I have a call transcripts folder, and then all the like and they are segregated according to the customer. So like I explained him the problem and then basically asked him to create a new sub agent, and it asked, like I gave him the whole flow, that go through all the transcripts and all, and give me the summary that I need for the next call, or the brief summary. And it just spawned up automatically the sub agent code and created the call prep sub agent. And that's, so I will just show you how it got, like how it used it. So we had a call transcript between FlytBase and workers, and I just asked I spawned up a new Cloud Code, fresh, nothing. There was no context before. I just asked him, prep me for the call with workers, and it immediately knew what customer I'm talking about, and it just spawned up the call prep agent. And so how these you can see that how it basically, I wanted it to spawn up the call prep agent and then nothing else, it immediately did that. Before before this thing, we had, when I had multiple generic agent, it used to got confused between multiple tools, and I couldn't like get the value I needed. So it just went through the entire call description, and immediately it gave me the whole call summary that I need to be prepped about for the next call. And similarly, we tried different types of sub agents that the business team needed, and they, it immediately gave them value that they were looking for. Like, and it wasn't like enough, it wasn't enough with the generic agents that are, or that are already available on the internet. And that's the power of custom sub agents, where you can give them like your custom workflows, your custom inputs, your, like, some generic agents don't assume how your business works or how your customer workflows work. So that's why you need that power of creating your own sub agents, and that's why I created this sub agent code. So let me go through this sub agent code. So I just created this sub agent code, and that, again, so the part where you create your sub agent is something like really insightful. So what I've observed people do is basically they have the technology, and then they think of the problem that they need to solve, and then they expect further solutions. So this is the flow that I've seen people doing. But rather it's not something like that. It's rather you have a problem, you think of a solution, and then use the tech to solve it. And so that's how the flow should be. And that's what makes you like achieve what you wanted. So we had a problem, we explained the problem to the sub agent code, then we had our own agent, and we basically built one. And creating these sub agents made me realize that we have a problem of creating sub agents, and then I created the sub agents bot, which basically helps us to create your own custom agents as many times as you want. So whenever I ask him to create a sub agent for a particular problem, and like what I also tell him what solution do I expect from him, this sub agent bot basically just fetches the latest sub-agent documents. And why the latest? Because yeah, Cloud Code might introduce a few more parameters that need in the sub-agent. So we are making sure that we are always on the latest documentation of the sub-agent. So this is something like really great. You can you every one of you can use this sub-agent bot type thing and create your own like own set of sub-agents. Uh, so, like answering this, starting with the one question that we had, which was what is the difference between sub agents and Cloud Code commands? Let me just tell you, if you are not aware of Cloud Code commands are like these custom commands that you can give. All these are custom commands, and you can also create. So I before this I created and generate component command, which basically generated me a front end components that we needed in our app. So the difference between these two is basically generate these slash commands are more of a shortcut to inject a particular type of system prompt that in this own Cloud Code agent, and then this Cloud Code agent transform itself with that particular system command that you gave to the slash command. But rather the Sub agents is basically a parallel execution, or let's say a fresh instance of the cloud code with a particular type of system prompt that you give, and it doesn't hallucinate with that. It might hallucinate with the slash commands. So rather, slash commands are something that you might need for a set of workflows that you need to spawn, so rather the use case I was talking about in this particular workflow, where I expected that I would just give one command and it should follow all these steps sequentially. So you can just create a slash command that is any custom one that is create, and in that you can mention that you can have use that Claude should use all these agents sequentially, or or in any order, but use these sub agents to create the final application and then test it, and then basically reply me back. Then it will basically use this. So yeah, that's something I had to share, and I'm open for Q&As.
Yeah, I think there are a few in the chat. You can just go one by one.
Yeah, sure. So I already answered the difference between Claude Sub-Agent commands. If you are not clear, I can explain again. How did you create the reviewer markdown document? Yeah, so I created, as I already said, I created that sub-agent code, which basically gave me all those sub-agent, custom sub-agents that I needed. I also tried making these with WAP and other other tools, even Claude Desktop itself, but it wasn't sufficient or working well enough, at least at that time. So this workflow basically automates all the process of getting the latest, fetching the latest documentation, and basically uh, having the own format of sub-agent, creating the perfect format for sub-agent that really works. So yeah, the sub-agent got was really helpful for me. How's the accuracy and consistency of these sub-agents? What happens if the sub-agents take longer to complete the task? So yeah, there might be chance that sub-agent take longer, but because they are focused on the specialized hat that you made them wear. Like if you made them wear an business development hat, you it will basically think along that way. And if you believe that a particular sub-agent took longer for a task, I'm pretty sure Claude Code itself would take longer for that task, because it's nothing new. It's the sub agents aren't a different set of pieces. They are just Claude Code copies with a particular hat. So whatever happening there is nothing. There's no speciality, and rather than having your own uh, Claude Code workflow, it's nothing different in that. Is sub-agenting limited to Claude Agent, or can be applied to other AI models as well? I'm pretty sure this sub-agent thing is currently present only in Claude Code, and yeah, it's currently present in Claude Code only for now, and we have custom GPTs in the Chat GPT thing. These are also type of sub-agents only. Yeah, you can also the gems that we have in Gemini. You can go search Google Gemini gems and Chat GPTs, my GPTs for the Chat GPT. So you can have a particular type of Chat GPT that has your own persona, that has its own perspective of solving things. Could you share the sub-agent? Yes, we will. We'll be sharing these sub-agent code and other past previous demos, some tools or something like that that we showed in previous demos in the AI in Action website, and it will be available there for download. I will also share and set up set up steps for the sub-agent code. Do you have any more questions?
Yes, guys, please ask questions, especially non-developers. Did you feel the demo was too technical? Do you need any other non-tech examples of workflows or anything? Please do let us know.
If anyone has like live request for a demo or like creating a sub agent, a type of sub agent, I am open to take that.
Yeah, this is Lokanathan here. I'm actually from the no code side, so I don't pretty much understand much of what is going on in terms of the coding. But I think if you could give some examples about how we could, as no code, students understand the sub agent and the agents, it'll be good.
Okay, so basically, it's like sub-agents are, let's say, your interns, the interns that are like freshly created. Uh, Actually, like, wait, let
No, no,
me
I
just.
think Abhishek, I remember you telling me that these sub-agents can be considered as domain experts you want for
Yeah,
other different kinds of jobs, right? So
yeah,
you can give
exactly.
an example and maybe explain.
Yeah. So thank you, Pita, for this. So basically, Cloud Code is some like a very big LLM that has like capabilities in every domain. So it thinks from all the perspectives, all the sides, and sometimes it misses what we really need to focus on, and that's why these sub agent things or the Chat GPT things or the GEMS things have been introduced. Basically, they help these big LLMs focus on a particular task or a particular thing that you can focus on. You will make them like you assign them a particular role, because then they can focus on whatever they've been asked to. So if you like tell an sub agent that you will just focus on summarizing these call transcripts, then it won't deviate in doing uh, proposing for business features, or like it proposes new features or that. So it won't do that. It will basically focus on one task that has been asked, that is summarizing the call transcripts with whatever response, or with whatever response type you gave him, that you have to respond in particular format. So it will be just.
Yeah, so just to elaborate my question, I mean, I would be saying that you are an expert, analyzer or whatever. I mean, in terms of what you want the LLM to do. And,
Hmm.
I would write a prompt saying that, I need you to make a review or to give me a summary of the reviews and put, let's say, 5, 6 reviews there. And it will give it to me in a format that I want to look at it. That is clear. But when you see a agent or something, I mean, is one such prompt what you call as an agent, or do you define something as a prompt and define it as an agent and call the agent somewhere in your prompt?
So yeah, I would be differentiating with simple prompts and sub agents, because prompts are something. Yeah, I do agree that all this whatever I said could be done with just prompts. But what makes sub agents different from these prompts is basically the capability of using the tools, and not just tools. So the possibility is really endless here. Once you go ahead with tools, you use the MCPs. That so we already have some workflows with our marketing and business teams that they use HubSpot MCPs, they use Airtable MCPs to get fetch the data from different types of sources and then analyze like on them. So in the demo, a call transcript demo I showed, I manually put all those transcripts in the desktop. But if I add an HubSpot MCP connected to that call reviewer or call prepping agent, then I won't be even needing anything. I would just say that I have a call with so and so customer. It would be just going and using those MCP tools and fetching all the data, and then giving me the output. So that's where sub agents go one step ahead, that the use of MCPs and the tools that they have. And once you define those set of tools, like the right set of tools, once you give them, and that's where the magic happens, because it deviates less, but it also got has a extra power. And you can always fine tune those sub agents, rather than like once you realize that this call prep agent should also be doing this, you can just go ahead and edit the sub agent file and like make him give that capability to fetch WhatsApp chats, or to fetch the emails and all. So yeah, that's where something sub agents go ahead from those typical prompts that you like. Yes, you can use generic prompts for uh, s- executing some type of task, but yeah, sub agents basically have those capabilities of going beyond that and doing automatically doing stuff. So yeah, that's why they are called sub agents rather than just uh, prompts.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Abhishek, sorry, one related question. So,
Yes.
if I have to put it simply, because I am also from non-coding this thing, so if I have to put it simply, like it's just we are training a sub-agent into a specialized task. So it's
Yes.
going to process and the information in that specific format, or like on specified task only, and then this becomes like that we keep talking about what is the difference between agentic and gen AI. So this will become my sub agent, which is a part of agentic, and will keep performing the task and will keep reporting into the supervisor agentic or something. Am I getting it correct?
Yeah, you're totally getting it right. And so once you move ahead with these sub agents, we also have an orchestrator agent that will basically uh, use all those sub agents together. So if you wanted to execute a task that requires capabilities from different types of sub agents, then we can go beyond and create an orchestrator agent which will be using those tools.
Right. So this is like, on the lines of agentic. So we are taking it ahead from Genia and we're now focusing more on agentic, right? So yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Abhishek, this is Manisha here. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Abhishek, just wanted to check with you. When we are talking about, giving different sub-agents a different type of work, do we, and we are integrating that with the tools, do we have to use the API for that, or the generic tools can be used?
The generic tools what the Claude Code already has are just capable of going through your system files or some things like that. For those part, you won't require an API tool or something like that. But once you get once you use MCP tools that basically go through your other sources, that is HubSpot or something like that, then I think you will be requiring API keys to execute those.
And how easy it is to incorporate this API if you are integrating other than the generic systemic.
It is it is very easy now. You can just ask Claude itself to integrate that particular MCP in this particular tool. And for the API key thing, I'm pretty sure all the tools, like for let's say for HubSpot, there is a proper step guidance for you to get that API key. And once you give that API key back to Claude Code, it basically integrates everything by itself. You don't need to worry about the technical stuff that you need to do. So yeah,
Yes. So I think, yeah, the best part there is, Manisha, that you can just talk in like normal natural language, right? You can just say in English that this is the tool I want to integrate. What do you need from me? So it will tell you that
Okay.
it just needs an API key on something, and that's all. You just find the API key and you give it, and rest all the integration part, it will take care of it itself. You don't have to worry about anything.
Okay.
yeah,
Thank you. That answers my question. Thank you very much.
yeah. I think we have more questions.
Yeah, yeah. From Deep's question, you can start. Can we use these as connectors?
We also have more about can we use okay, the Deep's question, can we use these as connectors? And I'm sorry, Deep, what do you mean by connectors here?
I think until Deep answers, you can maybe move on to the next question.
Yeah. So Ashwin, I think Ashwin gave the the sub create idea for creating an sub agent. So we can do that. Let's first answer. Can we link AI connection site where these will be shared? Okay, you already shared the link. A
Yeah.
small project covering every step will be helpful. Yeah. So since we had I had little time, will be definitely sharing an whole end-to-end workflow from orchestrating all these sub agents together. We'll be surely showing such a demo later on in the later sessions, where we go from scratch, from writing code from the developer side, from writing code to finally testing it. And from the non-tech side, I think we can have some certain pipelines getting executed end to end, like just from a single prompt, that is prep me, and to whole email follow-up generations and all. We can have such kind of demos.
Abhishek,
Also,
on
I
the
think,
same line.
yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
please go ahead.
Go ahead, Manisha. So,
Abhishek, on the same line, when we are talking about different tools, can this be applied to a long survey where we take huge number of questions and different types of questions which are non-related, and create a sub-agents list of sub-agents for it for different topics?
Uh, as if I understood the question well, you are saying that if we have a this whole long pipeline is very long, and will Cloud Code will be able to help with that? Are you asking in these lines?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
and
So
applicable to a large survey big survey with lot of responses.
Okay. So, especially in these types of workflow, Claude Code is really helpful because it has something like auto accept mode, and where it goes like on and on autonomously. You can just spawn up your query and just leave the application to do its stuff. It can go like go along and along until it reaches what it assumes to be the final response for you. And so, especially for tasks, long running tasks like this, we use Claude Code because it has this autonomous capability of keep running and keep executing and keep iterating itself. So this is something especially like Cloud Code should be used in such type of tasks, and we'll be really happy to show such demos where we executed like really long run tasks like an R or something like that. We can have such tasks.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, and also I think to also add on to Deepaji's question about the small live project covering every step. Yes, of course, we'll be happy to share that and what we did to cater to our use case. But I would also highly encourage for you guys to just go and try it out, because when
Mm.
you try it firsthand, you will realize what you need better than what we did. So whatever steps we took, whatever things we did, it's obviously going to be applicable and best for us because we know our context, our product better than anybody. Same goes for you. So whatever use case you have, and because I said, since the best part is you just have to communicate in natural language. You just have to talk in English and say that this is what I need and what do you want from me and what is the rest of the things that you can automate yourself. And once you realize how easy it is to at least get onboarded onto that, I think you'll and like come across a lot more powerful things than we have just shown here.
As I already said, sure. As I already said, that the use of generic agents versus use of custom agents. So these agents for us are generic for you guys. So I won't encourage using the same set of flows for you. You should just go on the playground and explore yourself. You will be surely sharing the sub-agent code to create your own, and then you can play around like creating your own small flow workflows and then working with it. How how would I go about developing an agent-based solution for a tool that extracts data from a plot and specific scientific publication and think one agent to extract the data, other to plot the data? Yeah, you can definitely create this because like this would generally be like in a single three-step agent, and you can just ask Claude to go through all these three steps. I'm pretty sure that's very easy. Like I don't see anything. I am Deep from Context here. I can check.
I think there were a few questions above from like Naveen. How can we utilize this in testing or application manual as well as automation?
So if you guys are not aware, we have like MCPs for these browser automation tools also. We have Playwright MCPs and we have Chrome MCPs. We have already demonstrated in others AI sessions of our like in other sessions. So these agents basically sub-agents can also spawn up those browser agents and test your application the manually or whatever the way you like, and you can just have like multiple sub-agents for particular module. So like if you have a card module, you can have a card sub-agent that will just test your card functionality or something like that. So yeah, you can definitely have these you can utilize these sub-agents for that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, hi Naveen.
Yeah, thanks. I will try those things. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Deep answered. Connectors are MCPs with Cloud. Yeah, that's what I said. The MCPs, yes, you can create connect those MCPs. You can just tell the sub agent code that I also need to. This sub agent should use those MCPs. But you can just mention the name of the MCP, and the agent code will basically create your sub agent with that MCP capability. And or if you don't like the what sub agent code gave you, you can just manually also add to the tools section, as you can see here. Okay, I've stopped the screen sharing, but yeah, there's a tool section in the file sub-agent file, and you can just add your whatever MCP tools you want to grant and tell the sub-agent to use. I hope
Yes.
I've answered having this
Yeah,
question.
so the question was in line towards, can I use sub-agent only with the Claude code only, or with their Claude UI side as well? I can
Okay.
use it.
So for now, I think this sub-agent thing is only with the Claude code, because it generally we on the tech side we generally need more of these, but I'm pretty sure non-tech guys or like can also make use of this technology. But yeah, for now it's available only in Claude code, and I don't think in Claude UI you can access that.
Yeah, and just a last follow-up question, because I'm meeting you and Arpita for the first time, so it would be nice if you can share your LinkedIn, so we
Okay.
can talk to you afterwards as well. Yeah.
Sure, Arpita, I think you can.
Yeah, I'll definitely. No worries about that.
Yeah. Okay.
So this is Lokanathan again. Just a question about using MS, Azure platform. So
Okay.
on the Azure platform also, do you have some place where you can put these tools, or you can add such agents, or how do you do that?
I'm not sure you can directly integrate these with the Azure platform,
Okay.
but you can have sub agents that are specialized in working
In
with
Azure.
Azure,
Okay.
in working with Azure platform, and you can basically review whatever task you want to do with Azure, and you can have just guide him through, like the sub agent can guide you step by step, like what to do if you want to do some stuff with Azure.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. Do we have any other questions?
I think we can consider.
Okay, then yeah. Again, feel free to ask any questions on the group as well. We have a WhatsApp group,
Yeah.
so you can join. And yeah, so get to know the questions, and also videos
Your voice is breaking.
so
Yeah, I'm not able to hear clearly. Yeah, the voice is not coming out.
Arpita, you're not audible. Can you repeat whatever you just said?
yeah, let me just check. Is it better now?
Yeah, that's
Yes,
better.
yes.
Okay, yeah. So I was just mentioning that for latest updates and the next sessions and all of these questions that you have even after the session, there, and yeah, also share sometimes articles and podcasts that we are liking and we find helpful. So yeah, please do join the community, and we have a good exchange of ideas, and hopefully this session was insightful for everybody. Please let us know. And if any feedback, of course, is also welcome. If it was too technical, if it was not easy to grasp, or if you would like any other examples, anything. So yeah, thank you everybody for joining.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Abhishek and Arpita.
Thank you for joining in.
Thank you. See you next Thursday. Bye bye.